4, 3, 2, 1.
What is the good word, everybody? This is your man's the one, and this is the Dukes of Football. What is populating right now, folks? I have no idea. No, welcome. It's a joy to have you guys back with us again for another wonderful episode of the Dukes of Football. Man, it's really exciting time of the year. You're like, what is he doing? Actually, I am adjusting my screen so it looks like I'm looking where I'm supposed to be looking at, because I wanted to make sure that the Christmas tree got up in the picture for today's events or today's show. Because, I mean, it's a festive, it's the holidays. Everybody loves the holidays. I love the holidays. So I am, and sometimes you can't really see how it looks until you actually get on it. So I am at that part of the game where I'm adjusting. So there you have it. Ooh, I have a comment. Heading to dinner, but love you. Hey, awesome, bro. I will enjoy my night. You enjoy your dinner. I love dinner. Dinner is good. Dinner is one of my favorite things. And you know what? Food is one of my favorite things. So I'm just going to stop telling that lie and say dinner is. So there you have it. Okay. So this is episode, what episode is it? It's episode 38. This makes it what week? This makes it don't need that. No, it's not 38. It's episode 30. That's the wrong notes. It's the Dukes of Football, buddy, not the state of basketball. Even though I am watching basketball. Here we go. We're here now. Episode 30, week 15 for the NFL, and it is the first week of bowl week for the NCAA. Let's go. I'm done talking to you. You're done. Your own punishment. Are you supposed to be going to dinner? Where are you going to dinner? Give me a review. Tell me what you think, what you like. Is it somewhere, if we have it in Indiana, that I should visit, or should I just continue to make my own? And you see my fancy little Rogue Energy drink cup. Every once in a while, I get to use it. My 10-year-old has stolen it from me. It makes him feel like he's doing a workout, type of deal. So, a couple ice cubes got through there. So here we are, episode 30, week 15 of the NFL, and it's bowl week 1. And you like it? Street Fighter, kicking it old school. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little t-shirt collection. The 10-year-old is following in the old man's footsteps once again. He has started to rock. He wants to get his own t-shirt collection. So we have started his t-shirt collection. He is excited. So what do we want to talk about here first? I guess we'll jump into college. I guess I can tell you our good friends, all our good friends, if you're trying to get in that elite performance shape, you can check out Zach Dyer over at Elite Performance, 765-499-1005. He'll get you all shaped up after you get through eating all of this wonderful holiday food. And then once you get in shape and you got that arm looking the way you want to, you can go ahead and see our good friends Todd and Kati over at Revved Up Tattoos and get your scheduled in for your next ink therapy. Check them out, 317-537-2667. And BeeLit Organics, if you are looking for some all that funny stuff that they add in. If you want some little headband that's not doing what it's supposed to do, my love. I don't like it. It looks crooked. I don't know. Maybe it's because I can't see properly in the mirror, in the reflection. There we go. That looks a little better. I don't know. I'm rocking my Kevin Durant. That's what I'm doing. It's my Kevin Durant janitor's hat look. But anyway, check out BeeLit Organics. You can get a lot of your CBD beauty supplies through them, and the Fighter's Friend. Check those because all of our good friends out. All right. What are we talking about? My bookie NCAA Man Cave chatter, 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and a free $10 bet at mybookie.ag. So those tie into all of our picks. Always do. So our NCAA talk. Not really a whole bunch going on because you obviously know this is the first week of the bowl. Only game we really had last week was the Armed Forces Bowl. It's probably not what it's called, but it's the when the Army Navy game happens. Army was heavily favored. I went with Navy in that particular game because of my ties with the Marines and my fascination with the Navy SEALs. And Navy pulled out the upset, even though Army is going to a bowl game still. But Navy did get the victory. So that was pretty much the big news. I mean, I guess there's colleges going everywhere. I guess the other big news in college would be Brian Kelly doing something else odd. I mean, I guess they caught him dancing in a 3D hologram with a recruit. I don't know. I mean, it's whatever gets their kids in, I guess. So, but no real major news. I mean, you had the Heisman. You had the quarterback from Alabama, Bryce Young. He wins the Heisman. Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan doesn't become anything. He was second. He finished second. He just fits in another group of defensive players who have had the opportunity to be a finalist, but just not winning. So congratulations to all the finalists. Congratulations to the winner. So winning a Heisman doesn't always translate to being super dominant in the NFL. Just putting it out there. But it is a great college award. Congratulations to that young man. Congratulations to those. For that, not really a whole bunch going on with the college. But I do have something for the people. Let's see, BW Sports 1 and the One's Kitchen is going to be hooking up for another sports. Is that right? There we go. Yeah, there we go. We'll be hooking up for another sports theme menu list. So the idea that I came up with for this latest collabo between the One's Kitchen and BW Sports is there's 4 teams, right? So you got 4 teams from pretty much 4 different regions, except for, I guess, you got, Michigan and Cincy is pretty much close, but their menu palette is just a tad bit different. So the idea is to have a food item. I'm going to prepare a food item that is specific for that region or that city or state that they're in. So be looking out for that. And that game, those games, the semifinal games, that was interesting. So the semifinal games are on December 31st. So that is New Year's Eve. So that is what is all going to tie my New Year's Eve celebration and these semifinal games is. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to cook and I'm going to come up with these cool little sports theme menus, items for those four teams for the semi finals for the CFP. So there you have that news. Let's see. I guess we can get into a little bit of talk. So if you wanted to know what those regions were, again, the final 4 teams: Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Cincinnati. That is not right. I have not changed it yet again. I apologize. I've not done it again. It's Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, Cincinnati. That is the order. That is how it's going. You got Alabama, Cincinnati. You got Georgia, Michigan. And you'd be surprised when you research what these the favorite food items or the most popular food items of the natives to their states or cities or whatever. It's pretty interesting. So this ought to be fun. It ought to be fun and come up with some really cool ideas and should get you rocking, get ready for some tailgate items for next season when we put that item, that particular collabo together. So moving on, so we can talk. We don't really have picks, so to speak, for the college this week because we're getting into bowl games. I guess we can do bowl games, pick the bowl games. Okay, I'm gonna give you a winner when I talk about the games here in a second, but I think I was just gonna give what the just go down what games we have for the week, because there's starting, what is it, Friday? There's bowl games on pretty much every day. There's skip a day or two, because the NFL has to be praised for their one day, even though the NBA sneaks games in um, underneath their noses. But so that's pretty much what we're going to do with the bowl games and the college picks. You know what I mean? So we'll go over those. So you got the first week of the bowl games that are happening starting, let's see, they're starting Friday, this Friday, the 17th. So I myself am not going to catch any of these games. Yeah, I will. I won't catch the 6 o'clock game. I'll catch the first game because Friday's as high school basketball here in Indiana, and the Indiana Members Credit Union Female Athlete of the Week, of the month, Miss Mackenzie Thomas, is playing on Friday night. So that's where I will be at North Central High School watching that particular game. But if you're not able to come watch that game, here are some games that we have for bowls. I think the first bowl we have is the Bahamas Bowl, and that's noon on Friday. I think, what is it? Espen? I think it's on Espen. So you got that game at noon. I think is Middle Tennessee State versus Toledo. This one, I don't know a lot about the team. I know Toledo was supposed to be an excellent school out of the MAC. Was supposed to win the MAC. I think they got upset in the MAC championship game. I think pretty bad by a team that shouldn't have. Was kind of like, wow. Or was that Kent State? Might have been Kent State. Not sure. Anyway, but the Bahamas Bowl, you got Middle Tennessee and you got Toledo. I'm going to stick with the region, and I'm going to go with Toledo in that. Don't know really a lot about them. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some super college analyst and break these guys down. No, I'm going for Toledo. Simple. There you have it. The next bowl game that is on Friday will be the Tail Greeter Cure Bowl. Really, we're going to talk about the fact that there are 44 bowl games. 44 bowl games. I am 47 years old. And I think that every year that I have been paying attention to college football bowls, I think they have added at least 2 to 3 bowls every year. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. When we go through these bowls, you're gonna hear some shit that's just like, well, they got a bowl. And what particularly surprised me to the fullest of all, surprised them, and my tree cool, pretty cool tree. You see, you can't even see the checkers and records. The star, here, let's give you the star. Look, the star is the checkers and records hat. Isn't that great? That's pretty cool. Hey, you guys see my little bulletin board and my to-do list? I have a work to-do list and a home to-do list. So there we go. Well, it's behind. Well, you might be able to see it on my screen. I have, my little statistics. But checkers and records is the star. Let's dip it down a little bit. There you see it. There you go. All right. But anyway, just random rattling. But you're gonna hear some weird names for some bowls. Like, I was like surprised. I said Jimmy Kimmel has a bowl. Really? If you're gonna name a bowl after a person, we're gonna go with Jimmy Kimmel. That's what we're gonna go with. You know what I mean? I'm a little weirded out by that. I don't even watch Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't know Jimmy Kimmel was even worth worth a bowl in the first place. But whatever. Jimmy Kimball's got a bowl, so you can't really hate on the man too much. He's got a bowl. So you got the Tail Greeter Cure Bowl. I don't even know what Tail Greeter Cure is. I can come up with some stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's not what it really is. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Northern Illinois, Coastal Carolina. I'm going to go against tradition and not with the region with Northern Illinois. I'm going to go with Coastal Carolina because, man, it's got coastal in their name. That means there's ocean and there's beach and there's warm, and I'm good with that. So, Coastal Carolina. And those are the games we have on Friday. A couple more games on Saturday. Saturday's games. Who do we got Saturday? We have the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, Western Kentucky, Appalachian State. I've heard enough of Appalachian State jokes being a Michigan fan with the how many batteries does it take to power the big house? 1 AA. Blah ha 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 ha. So with that, I'm going with Western Kentucky. So after that, we have the Cricket Celebration Bowl, South Carolina State, Jackson State. Jackson State, great Deion Sanders. There you go. Jackson State. Next up, we have the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl. UTEP, Fresno State. Fresno State. That sounds good. We'll go Fresno State. Game's 2:15, Espen. Then we have the Radiance Technology Bowl, Independence Bowl, 3:30, UAB, BYU. So it's the battle of the letters. I am going to go with BYU. And then we got the Lending Tree Bowl, Eastern Michigan versus Liberty. I think my nephew, not my nephew, wouldn't be my nephew. He's my cousin's son. So it's my second cousin, right? Right. Yeah, second cousin. I think he went to Eastern Michigan. So I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with that, Eastern Michigan. What's that? And here we go. The Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl, presented by Stifle. I have no idea. We got Utah State, Oregon State. I'm going with the Beavers. I'm going with the Beavers. Oregon State, Pac-12, Power 5. Get your thing. Even though I think Utah State is. No, they're in the mountain. They're in the group of 5. All right. Then we got the R+L Carrier New Orleans Bowl. Let's see. I'm gonna give you the weeks, so that takes you to next Wednesday. So you got the New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana versus Marshall. We're gonna go with Marshall. And then on Monday, obviously it's gonna be well before Monday Night Football. So you got the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by TaxStat. I think TaxStat's got 3 bowls. So, obviously the government and anything doing taxes is going to make some money. And they can do that. 3 bowl games. So we got the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Old Dominion versus Tulsa. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with all of the hidden black gems that we've had out of the history of Tulsa. That's a whole nother conversation. But a lot of black history in Tulsa that I didn't know about that I've learned over the last year or so. So I'm gonna go with Tulsa. And Tuesday, the 21st, we come with the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Kent State, we mentioned earlier in Wyoming. Well, when it comes to a potato bowl, I guess we're going to go with one of those states that produces potatoes. So we're going to go with Wyoming. And then after that, we have the Tropical Smoothie Frisco Bowl. Hey, have you ever had one of those tropical smoothies? Man, those things are pretty freaking good. So, shout outs to smoothies. I like smoothies. I got a pretty good blender. My blender makes really good smoothies. But let's see, who's that? That bowl is USTA who's that? University of Texas, San Antonio versus San Diego State. We're going to go with our Texas friends. We're going to go with that. University of Texas, San Antonio. And then that takes us, I'm not going to give you Wednesday's game because I can give you Wednesday's game when we get to next Wednesday. So there you have it. Those are bowl games of the week. Gave you a pick. And now we're going to keep it moving, because I'm not going to start on time, but the Lakers are playing at 7:30 on early TV. You know, they normally come on at like what? 10:30, 11:30. I mean, dude, I told you earlier I was 47 years old. So that means I'm old as shit. And I ain't trying to really be up all night trying to watch these basketball games, even though I do. So they're up early and I can see some of the game that is going to be played. So that's going to keep us moving. And so that is going to take away from our college talk, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of commercialism because every once in a while you just gotta go commercial. Well, howdy, and welcome back. Well, see, I'm barely old enough to remember Welcome Back Carter, so I know most of you who are watching me, all 0 of you, no, don't remember Welcome Back Carter. So there we go. So let's switch gears a little bit. So we're going to switch up, and we're going to go to the NFL. I like the NFL a little bit. So we got the Inside the NFL Cooler brought to you by Circle City Cryogenics, where we freeze just about anything except for bodies. Man, I got to find something to get over there to freeze. Maybe I can do some of my Dollar Shave Club brazers since I got like a shit ton of them and they last like forever. So if I go get them frozen at Circle City Cryogenics, then I longer than forever. You know what I mean? Got to keep my head looking real nice because I don't want to, it's almost time to shave the beard. I'm thinking about doing something different. You know what I mean? Y'all been looking at that for a while. I think it's time to either, complete the Andrew Luck neck beard or just, go smooth booty cheeks. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a poll. I don't know. That's ridiculous. That has absolutely nothing to do with you guys. So, but anyway, so let's switch up and talk about some NFL. We need to get you off of there, and we're gonna put you back up there, and there we go. So, some NFL talk. So, what do we have here? Week 15 power rankings. So, again, we had a switch up at the top. Last week we had the Cardinals, who was sitting up at the top, who had knocked off the Green Bay Packers, but it looks like the 10-3 Bucks have slid into that number one power ranking spot for the NFL. So it goes Buccaneers, Cardinals, Packers, Chiefs, Patriots, Cowboys, Titans, Rams, Bills, and Ravens. I'm really surprised that the Titans are still hanging exactly where they are, kind of in the middle of the top 10. I've seen them go down as far as 10, but lately they've that is not. Yeah, I didn't change the numbers. Yes, that's right. So, but they've normally, but they've been staying kind of in the middle of the pack. But rumor has it there's a chance that they can get King Henry back before the, sorry about that, before the end of the season, heading into the playoffs. So, it's interesting how that works out. But who is making a huge charge in this power rankings would be, I would say, the Pats, man. Like they're on a nice little winning streak. They've beaten some good teams. They've won in unconventional ways. That makes it kind of crazy. But what's really crazy is the fact that you got a 40-year-old quarterback coming off a Super Bowl win who is really quietly. I mean, they're winning games and he's doing things, but they're quietly, you know, keeping that number one seed. Now, if you ask me who was going to have that number one seed at the end for the NFC and that one and single and only bye, I would probably have to go with Green Bay because they won. I mean, it's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers in this farewell tour that he's given in Green Bay. It's hard to bet against him with the things that he's doing. But you got to look at the overall picture. You got to look at the schedule. You know, they got who they got left. They got the Vikings. They have the Ravens with a 60% Lamar Jackson and no running game at all outside of him. No passing game outside of the tight ends. So with the improvement of the Green Bay defense, you know what I mean, and the stress that puts on Baltimore's offense and Baltimore's defense, and you see how Aaron Rodgers just manipulates the field so well. It's going to be hard to see that they won't win out. I mean, you got the Lions, you got the Vikings, you got the Ravens, and I think you might have the Lions twice. So all winnable games, so they can favorably win out. And I can see them getting that number one seed right now, sitting at 10-3. They can get that with number one seed. The Bucs still have some interesting games left, and so do the Cardinals. So we'll see how it goes. But who is in trouble in this list? I would say the Cowboys, the Bills, the Rams, and the Ravens. Basically, everybody at the bottom half of the list. You know, it's because all of those guys are trending downward. If I look at this, even with the Chiefs sitting at number 4, they're trending upward. And I think they've won, 6 in a row. Patrick Mahomes hadn't turned the ball over in, 3 or 4 games. The defense is holding in the last 6 games. They're holding under 11 points per game. So looks like the Chiefs are pretty much righting their ship, you know, to righting their ship to get back in this conversation. But if you look at what's going on, you know, elsewhere under the Patriots at the 5 spot, the Cowboys are, you know, win a game, lose a game, looking real bad. Dak is not playing real good football. I mean, outside of Mika Fitzpatrick, what is Mika? You know who I'm talking about. Boy from the Cowboys that should be in the conversation of the MVP. This dude is ridiculous on the defensive end. If you haven't seen a defensive linebacker dominate a game like this, maybe Ray Lewis. I mean, you know, those type of names. What this dude's doing as a rookie is absolutely fabulous. And I hate to say anything positive about the Cowboys, but he is it. Him and Jalen Suggs. Oh, wow. But that's what you got. And then the Bills have zero identity. You don't know what's going on with them. And the fact that they have all of that talent and you still can't control the AFC East from the Patriots is concerning to me. And the Ravens coming in at 10. I mean, they're just banged up, man. They're just banged up, and Lamar's super Negro, can't do it all by itself. And I mean, they're running out of schemes, they're running out of people, they're running out of everything. So, and then now a lot of these teams are getting ready to get touched by this COVID. I mean, they got a little spoiled. You know, people were taking the vaccine and things of that sort. So I'm not going to get into that conversation. If you're for it, you're for it. If you're against it, you're against it. Whatever. But you know, I mean, it looked like it was under control, but you know, coming back into this atmosphere where, you know, things are getting colder, you know, germs and things like this tend to breed closer breed more when it's getting colder, and then we get into these a lot more closer indoor things. So We have to be careful. We have to be aware, and we have to be smart. And a lot of these teams are being touched, right now, and it's going across the board. You can look at the NBA; they're doing the same thing. I think we actually had a game that was postponed. So we see how this. Oh, looks like we got Porzingis, who might be the most well-dressed foreign guy in the league. I think he's a part of the Russian mob. The dude is too dapper. Hairline is always nice all the time against a guy who can't find his hairline with the Lakers. So that game is going to be interesting. I'm going to keep a tab on that. I'll beat to that in a little bit. But so that's what we have there for the power rankings of that. Let's see. What do I have less? I kind of talked about it a little bit already. Packers, Bucks, Cardinals, who's going to end up with that number 1 seed in that first bye. I mean, I like the Packers in getting that because of their strength of schedule. I mean, they might even get an opportunity at the end of the season to have that already locked up and give Aaron a week or two off going in, get that week off and the bye week. So, and essentially he can get 3 weeks off to get something done about that toe. It looks absolutely horrible. So, we'll see how that unfolds. So I got the Packers on that. We talked about the power rankings. I mean, we can talk about the kind of mentioned a little bit the Patriots sitting pretty. I don't think they're sitting pretty, but they're kind of sitting at the top of the AFC right now. I mean, who's playing better? I mean, if you look at the whole league as a whole, who's playing better than the Patriots right now? And you cannot question Bill Belichick, even though Tom Brady did win the chip last year, but you can't question what Bill Belichick is doing with this Patriots team. I mean, wow, they have to be talked about, and you have to recognize that it looks like once again that the road out of the AFC is going to mess around and go through New England. So we'll see how that pairs out. Big game this weekend. Big game. I wonder if I got that picked on one of my games and how I pick on it. But you got to talk about the Patriots, and you got to talk about how winning is in their culture there. So you can't overlook it. This Matt Jones, you got to give him credit, and then what kind of leader is he to have the ball taken out of your head and to throw 3 passes? Oh, that's amazing. So cool on that part. So let's see what else. Nothing else. So let's get into these picks, man. Let's get that over with so I can get you guys out of here and back to what you got going on. So it takes us to the Doc Sports NFL picks of the week. Once again, brought to you by Doc Sports. Text BWSPORTS1 to 29022 for your free $6 in picks. Looks like I'm going to have to get me a new chair because y'all can hear me every time I like to move, because I'm starting to get into a more casual side of the show. I'm leaning back a little bit more. So I got this old little fancy arm right here where I can move it anywhere I want. So that's what we're going to do right now. Now that I messed it up and it's all leaning improperly where you can't see the Street Fighter. You can. But anyway, so let us get into our picks. So what we got here, NFL. Game 1 of our picks, we got the Washington football team at 6-7 going against the Lions, Eagles at 6-7. So it's the battle of the 6 and 7s. Divisional matchup, Washington football team. Hey, once again, let's give a shout out of good health, positive energies to our brother, the Lion, who's been battling last few weeks, been battling this COVID thing. Hopefully he'll get to step grace into the Lion's den, back into his home lair. Tomorrow it'll be great to see him out and well again. So keep sending those positive vibes, that positive energy to our brother. So, but here we go. So here's the picks. Washington football team. I like the Washington football team again. I just think they should keep it as that. I don't think they should change their name. If they're going to put a name on it, then it should go back to the Redskins. That's just me, but I do like the Washington football team. I think it should stay that way. But in this particular game, I am going to go with my brother's Eagles. 30-20 is the pick that I have for that. You say, why? I just think that the Eagles are starting to figure out their direction that they're going to go in the next couple years. They've already won more games than I thought they were going to win. Jalen Hurts seems to be fitting in and trying to figure out his scheme, his place on that team, and they're trying to figure his thing out. The defense is playing very well. They've turned it over the ball a little bit to get opportunities as short fields for the offense, and they've kind of narrowed it down to fit his talents. And I think that the Eagles have a good rapport, a good culture that they're building there, and I think they're going to be a team that you might want to think about in that NFC East here in the next year or two. So I'm going to go with the Eagles at 20 to 30-20. And then we go to our game of the week, which would be the Patriots at 9-4 going to the Colts at 7-6. Then, and I spoke earlier, we was talking about how the Patriots are pretty much the hottest team in the AFC or in the league itself. I think they have the longest winning streak right now in the league, but this is a big game. You know, the Patriots have had some type of hold on the AFC and Indy per se when it comes to these type of important games and playoff positioning games. But I'm going to sneak it up a little bit. I know the Patriots have been playing well, and Belichick has a way of taking away your best attribute, but Jonathan Taylor is something different. And when Jonathan Taylor gets those touches and it takes the pressure off of Carson Wentz to make plays, and then it allows Carson Wentz to make plays. So I'm actually think that Indy is going to do something. I got these question marks here because I've been undecided on this game all week. You know what I mean? All week I've been undecided on this game. So I've given you question marks because I don't know the score, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to go Indy 24-17. I'm going to go Indy 24-17. So, and then it takes us to the upset game. I got things flying at me, folks. I got stuff flying. I guess, Indy. I guess she was happy about my pick. I guess she was excited about my pick. All right, so we're going to go to the upset game of the week. Upset game of the week, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay with the Steelers. You know, the Steelers at 6-6. 6-6-1. I should be putting on there 6-6-1. Going against the Titans, who are 9-4. That just keeps finding ways to win games without Derrick Henry. But the Steelers are 5-0 at home this year. And I think they're playing not so much to make the playoffs, but playing to make sure that they ensure Tomlin another non-losing season. Now, a non-losing season can be 500, folks. You're not losing, just saying. But if they approach it in that mind state, you know, being is your last 5 games, we're going to try to make sure that we get over that we keep this non-losing season streak going for Mike Tomlin. These are your last 5 games. Let's go give everything we got. If we do those, then we'll give ourselves the opportunity to maybe be one of those 2 wild card teams and see, you know, what happens in the playoffs. You know, I mean, Denver with Tebow beat us with a Hail Mary. So who knows what happens once you get into those situations. So I am going to take the home team, and I think they'll take it. The Chase Claypool shit, it'll get addressed itself, just like the Juju Smith-Schuster thing did last year. And these guys are young. These guys are still kids. You know what I mean? Just look back at, you know, when did we grow up? You know, what, 31? You know, some crazy shit like that. So they'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. So I'm going to go Steelers over the Titans in my upset games, 27-26. Takes us to the money game. The money game. This is my bet game. This is the game that you're going to put your line on. And my line is I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to go with the Lions on this. Forgot who they were playing. It doesn't really matter because they was giving them I think it's the Cardinals. Yeah, they're playing the Cardinals. So they had the 13.5 spread for the Cardinals. So I'm going to actually think that, you know, the Lions, again, like I said before, it's not that the Lions are getting blown out every single game. The Lions are competitive. I mean, they've been beaten by, you know, 60-yard field goals, record-setting field goals, you know, Hail Marys and things of that nature. So they've been in games. You know what I mean? So I feel that a 13.5 is a bit much for a team that, you know, can maybe not win, but compete a little bit to give it a scare. And it's not like Arizona's playing like super great football right now anyway. So I'm going to take the Lions at plus 13.5, and I'm going to go with the under 47.5. So there you have it for me and my Lions. And there you got it for this episode of the Dukes of Football, episode 30, week 15. Ooh, sorry. Keep hitting the mic. Keep hitting the mic because I don't want to stay still. You know what to tell you. So there you have it, episode 30, week 15 NFL, and week 1 of the NCAA Bowl. And it's been real, folks. So I don't know. Make sure you check us out on the website, BWSPORTS1.com. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're all over the Twitter. We're all over the joint. So if you want more information on what we do, if you think that our talents can help improve your small business or anything like that, hit us up, info.bwsports1 at gmail.com. Speaking for all of our other, and make sure you check out our shows. You know what I mean? You get all of our shows on YouTube. You can see all of our shows on the website, which will direct you right to YouTube. So just go right to YouTube, BW Sports, hashtag, blah, 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 YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So you can find us. And we got all of our shows on there. We got Monica, Steven, Dan. I'm sure he'll ramp things back up when he gets back on his feet for the Combat Zone. Sean, his season is getting ready to get started as the year turns around with the racing scene. So check everything going out. So so that's it. That's all I got. Make sure you go into your Christmas season feeling the vibes, feeling all the positive vibes. Positive vibes breeds positive vibes. That is my one thought for this particular event. If you think positive, then positive will happen to you. If you think negative, negative will happen to you. So think positive, and positive vibes will flow all through your body. So there you go. That's what I got. I'm the one. This is Dukes of Football, BW Sports 1. I'll holla.